But the one that's dead? Oh, no, not the one that's dead. Hello everyone, my name is Troy and welcome back to my bookshelf. Today I'm going to be going over all of my theories about who Sophie's biological father is. Before we get started, I'm not going to premise at all who Sophie's biological mother is. I was originally intending to do half of the video about my thoughts and then half of the video about some other fan theories, but because I have so many thoughts, we will see about the other half. Before we do jump into this video, I would really appreciate if you checked out my new music video and song called Arctic Waters. This song really means a lot to me. I feel like it'll be really relatable to some of you guys who are like kind of struggling, especially amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. I know that it's affected me. We spent a lot of time going through this song, recording it with the lyrics and like the music video, so I would really appreciate if you either watch the music video or stream the song on your favorite streaming platform. Without further ado, make sure to leave a like and subscribe and we'll get straight into it. So jumping right in, I want to clear up something first about my personal theories. I think some people have said that they want Sophie's biological father to be a new character that we don't know about. However, I think that it just doesn't fit with Shannon's writing style. You know, with Sophie's biological mother, it's someone we knew. All of the kind of identity related twists where someone is more than they seem, it's always been a character that we knew. So I really do think that Shannon's going to stick to this certain trope where there's kind of like a betrayal or like some sort of shock to it. And I personally love this trope, even if it's small, just I guess minor character, just to be her father, because I think that'd be such a cool, interesting detail, like Jurek from The Sanctuary, you know what I mean? But obviously I think it's going to be a bit more of a major character, so I have a few. I originally had like one or two that I wanted to talk about, but I literally have 5 different theories. So first I want to talk about my first one, and it's basically about the Wright family, which if you don't know, something mysterious happened around the Wright family when Lady Gisela sent Keith to go deliver a letter to the Wright family in some sort of form of recruitment. We don't really know for sure what she was doing, and you know, Keith went there and she erased that memory from him, and we later discovered that theory. But when Keith went back to look for, you know, Ethan, Wright, Benedict, and his daughter Eleanor, we find that, you know, they two got killed in a bus accident, which we found out that, you know, Lady Gisela was the one who killed the two. And so I'm thinking that this might be related to Sophie's biological father. Maybe Ethan Wright is Sophie's biological father. Lady Gisela sent Keith to confront Ethan because she knows what he did. Okay, so my second theory is about Brant. I think I briefly talked about this in another theory video, but why is Brant's last name redacted and unlocked? It was so strange to me. And so maybe even if Brant is not Sophie's biological father, I think it's just interesting how we don't know his last name. Like, who is he related to and why is that important? And it is a very deliberate choice for Shannon to like redact Brant's last name. But it's also like, couldn't Grady just tell Sophie what Brant's last name was? Or did Brant redact his last name himself when he messed with the registry? So there's so many different theories. I think it might be related to Sophie's biological father, but this is one of my weaker theories. Next up, we have Grady, and this is also a very convoluted, complicated theory, but I was like, wouldn't that be the most obvious choice and the most shocking, you know, like twist if Grady was the biological character? You know what I mean? I'm not completely sure if Grady is ruled out. In all my different sources when I was like looking up different theories, Grady was never said to be like one of those people that were like ruled out, like Counselor Bronte, for example. It could be true. It's unlikely because if the Black Swan came to Grady as the Black Swan, then Grady would not donate his DNA, obviously, because Grady does not like the Black Swan, obviously, because he thought that they killed Jolie, but also the Black Swan could have been posing like as some, like maybe like a Elwyn council. They were trying to like collect everyone's DNA or something for like a routine check. They could have easily posed it off, so I'm not sure. But wouldn't that be so cool? Because Grady looks so much like Sophie. Like they literally look so alike, and I think that would be so cute. And already because Grady has always made it clear to Sophie that he is like her father, and Sophie will always have a home. Maybe it was too hard for him to bear, and that's why he originally like canceled the adoption. All right, next up we have got Gethin. So Gethin is really interesting because I've also heard a lot of people talking about this, but Gethin has recently became a bigger part into this series. And first of all, he looks a lot like Sophie. He has kind of the same blonde hair. They both have similar scars on their hands, which I don't know if that's like a coincidence or a way of foreshadowing or something. It could also mean nothing at the same time. He's also a telepath and a washer. And Gethin is also, I think he's a keeper. And basically I found this on the Wikia, but it says, neither Gethin nor any members of the Neverseen were present and unlocked. But Sophie is revealed to believe Gethin is the villain they should be focusing on, as it's possible he's a keeper and Sophie is confident she can surpass his mental barriers, and that she believes it's possible that Gethin may be waiting for Vespera and Lady Gisela to take each other out so he can become the new leader of the Neverseen. This is super interesting. Gethin has always been like a nobody basically in the series, so now that Sophie's biological mother has been revealed, now all of a sudden Gethin is becoming more into the mix. He's being discussed by the Black Swan. He's becoming one of the more prominent members. Could this mean that Shannon is starting the Gethin biological father arc? Who knows? But I was talking about this with Joey earlier and I was like, wouldn't that be the coolest, you know, book 9 cliffhanger? Because I assume that when Sophie captures Gethin or they confront each other, she's gonna try to get into his mind, because, you know, he's now theorized as this like keeper with a bunch of secrets. She would go into her mind and find that Gethin is Sophie's biological father, and the ending would just be like, your ... my dad? Because that would be such a cool cliffhanger. Last up, we've got another minor theory, and it is Elwyn. This is more of like my hope than a solid theory. But my main thing with this theory is that Elwyn has not had a spouse or like a partner. I think he mentioned being single like pretty early on, and he lives by himself, so that's really odd, because every other like adult that we know is married, which is kind of weird. We need to normalize being single a little bit more. He could have, you know, never wanted to have like a spouse or a partner because, you know, of Sophie. Like maybe he was just waiting for her. Maybe he just wanted to figure out who Sophie was and try to have a relationship with her and, you know, wait until she came into the Lost Cities when it was like her time or whatever before, you know, settling down with someone, or maybe just never found someone. I don't know. But overall, Elwyn has been a father figure to Sophie, and he knows that Keith and Sophie have a unique relationship, so I feel like he could be a good option. Okay, so I do not have a lot of time for, you know, other fan theories because I spent so long on my own, which is a good thing, I guess, because I want to be creative as possible. But I want to talk about one theory that that kind of stuck out to me. It is from a fandom user. I don't know who that is. Some people need to start signing in or whatever. But basically it says, her biological father might be one of the Mr. Vorkels. And Neverseen one of the Mr. Vorkels said, I am not your biological father, or something like that. I don't remember at the top of my head, but I'm sure the I was italicized. I think her biological father might be the deceased one, though, because right when he was about to pass away, he said, take care of my Moonlark. Notice how he said, my Moonlark. Plus, if you read the Moonlark wiki page on here, it says, leaving the baby Moonlarks to fend for themselves without a family. However, a parent is always secretly watching out for the future. I did not even read this whole theory and I'm getting excited. Mr. Vorkel lived as Sophie's next door neighbor to make sure she's safe. I know her bio father might be something who doesn't shit. I'm not even reading the rest. That is such a good theory. And I was reading this and I was like, that's so true. He said, you're not my biological daughter or whatever, but it could be the other Mr. Vorkel, but the one that's dead. Oh, no, not the one that's dead. I mean, that would actually make me cry, because like Mr. Vorkel's death was the only death that made me cry. So if he was Sophie's father, oh my gosh, that's gonna make me, that's too much. That's too much. A couple of other theories that I just want to quickly mention. So does anyone else think that maybe Sophie has 3 biological parents? That's an interesting topic. One says, I think Shannon Messenger hasn't decided who Sophie's father is. Disagree with that one, because you could tell with Sophie's biological mother that it was set up well in advance. Shannon knew who Sophie's biological mother was, and when you reread it, you will see that she knows. 1000% she knows. One person says, I'm pretty sure Sophie's dad is Tiergan. Another thing we can think about. One person said, what if Gethin is Orlai and Kenrick's child? Interesting. And I think that's it for the fan theories. Thank you to all these people who posted. My brain is exploding, but I feel like my theories are so solid and I'm so excited about them. I feel like any of the people I talked about are definitely have a high chance of being, you know, it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like on this video. Really appreciate it. Subscribe to our channel down below because we are getting close to 9,000 subscribers. We are on our way to 10,000. I remember when we were working our way up to 1,000. And guys, we still count every single subscriber in a chat on our phone. It's crazy. Make sure to comment down below your theories about her biological father, and if you agree with any of my theories, I'm really stoked to see what you guys have to say. Now it is time for you to click off this video onto my new music video, and I want you to listen to it and let me know what you think in the comments down below. The link will be in the description. I'll also put like a card and in the end screen. Make sure you go check out my music video. I'd really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Mwah. So everyone, have a great rest of your day. Make sure you hit the notification bell, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out and love and happiness. So yeah, bye. I don't know, I'm saying so much.
Every day I have a different mood. I'm tired of regret, but I'm too scared to try.